Tide Talk with Webb is back. Yee! Doing a recruiting wrap up. It actually was a great recruiting class. I know a lot of people are down because we didn't finish out with some guys that maybe we wanted to get. But first and foremost, let's just say it was a great recruiting class. Some recruiting places and sites and websites and places have us number 3, some have 2. Great haul, guys. We got 25 guys overall. We signed 22 of them in the main part of December in the early period, which most schools are doing now. I know people are upset because maybe we didn't finish out like we wanted to finish out. Let's rewind the truth trolley on this. In 2018, when it first started, you had the early signing period in December. People were upset. They were like, well, because we didn't sign a very good class that year. A lot of kids were concerned because of the coaching turnover we had for 2 years. It was almost the whole staffs, so it was hard to build a relationship with kids and see that continuity. But with that, Saban made a mistake that year. It was very crucial. Unfortunately, he thought kids would stay committed, and he let them all look around. And because of that, we missed out on a lot of guys and didn't finish where we wanted to finish in that year. Well, this year, I think every school pretty much told kids, including Alabama for sure, you better sign now or your scholarship may or may not be there. Of course, there's a few guys that wait around. Everybody knows where they're going in December. Don't let that fool you. Every kid knows where they're going in December. No kid's like, well, I waited till the week before and I knew in February. No. You knew where you were going to go, and most kids go ahead and sign. There was a few guys out on the board we kind of wanted. Everybody knows that we wanted Jason Jones. He committed to Oregon. Everybody knows we wanted Van Pran. But we knew he was going to Georgia. There was not really, all of our sources were telling us he was not going to go anywhere else. One kid that was on the fence, Mckinley Jackson, everybody in the country wanted. He was basically down to us and A&M. Apparently, he was a soft verbal to him going into the second signing period in February. I was a little shocked because he was told a lot of people he was kind of a Bama lean, and for whatever reason he had that last visit to A&M, and he picked him up. But don't let it dissuade you. A lot of people thought Rakestraw was going to go ahead and sign with Bama. Excuse me. And unfortunately he didn't. He went with he felt more comfortable with Mizzou because they had a long-standing relationship with him where a lot of these big D1s like us and A&M and Georgia didn't know about the kid. Wasn't on anybody's radar. We kind of came in late. I think playing time was a big thing for him. You go to Bama, you're probably going to sit for a year unless you're just outstanding. So I understand that. But with that being said, and I'm not trying to be a jerk by saying this, and I don't mean this, at Missouri, you're probably not going to compete for an SEC championship. Sorry, unless something crazy happens to Georgia or Florida, it's just not going to happen. I don't see it happening. I think Georgia could have a running back playing QB, and they're still going to win the East. It doesn't matter. But anyway, let's go down the list of some of these heavy hitters we got. And so you don't be dismayed because the last 2 years we haven't done as well, maybe pulling some of these kids we wanted to pull like McKinley Jackson or Jason Jones. It's okay. Like I said, we got Bryce Young, the number 2 player in the country, quarterback, coming to Bama. I mean, come on now. The number 17 defensive end overall, Will Anderson, coming to Bama. Chris Braswell, it was a 5-star, coming to Bama. Demoy Kennedy, number 3 linebacker in the whole country, number 38 recruit overall, Bama. Quindarius Robinson, pass rush specialist, the number 64 number recruit in the country coming to Bama. He was top, I think, 10 and linebackers in the country coming to Bama. Like I said, Javon Cohen, Damian George, the big boys, defensive tackles we got. Ronald Williams, JUCO kid, 4-star, going to play right away. I mean, we got all these guys, like I said, I went through it before, that are coming in and just going to fill slots, man. These are going to be good guys. These are amazing. Let's go down to some of these other heavy hitters real quick. Sorry. That we got on the defensive line, if you're kind of worried about it. We got one of the top running backs, Jace McClellan, in the country coming back. I mentioned Ronald Williams and Javon Cohen. Don't forget about Jamil Burrows. The guy was a beast. Yes, he signed in the late signing period. We knew he was, as well as Javon Baker, the big 6'3", 6'4" receiver. Yes, Baker is not burning fast. He's like 4'7", 4'6" at most. But he's a big target. He's a big third down type back if you need. He's also a guy that could come out and play tight end. Don't think for a minute he could move to tight end. He's a little bit slower on the speed side, but the guy's a big body guy. The guy catches anything. He's got glue on his hands. So, big pickup there. A really underrated running back nobody's talking about is Kyle Edwards, man. This guy's a 4-star, 6 foot 210, blazing speed. He was under the radar because I don't think he went to a lot of camps. Like I said, another monster we got on the defensive line. Ain't nobody talking about Timothy Smith, man. Guy 6'4", 315, 4-star, stud. Everybody wanted that kid. Like I said, I mentioned William Anderson earlier, defensive end, absolute stud, 5-star out of Georgia. Like I said, I mentioned Quindarius Robinson. Demoy Kennedy, another awesome linebacker, 5-star, coming to Bama, baby. We're beefing up the linebacker core. I mean, Damian George, offensive lineman from Texas, 6'7", 345, monster of a man. You might as well call him the mountain at Alabama. Like I said, we did get some underrated receivers, in my opinion, like Thal Jones-Bell. Stud dude, really fast guy. Drew Sanders, the other linebacker I was telling you guys about, 6'5", 212, outside linebacker, super fast. Brian Branch, another defensive back, a stud, 180, 6 foot. Like I said, we got, who else we got here? Chris Braswell, another 5-star linebacker. I mean, good guys. We had one hell of a class. Ain't no reason to be upset. I get it. Maybe Saban didn't pull 2 of the guys we really wanted, or 3 extra guys we really wanted. These are 18-year-old kids when it comes down to it. They got to go where they feel is best for them. Like I said, the only people I'm upset about is there was 1 or 2 wide receivers we lost out of the state of Alabama, some big body guys that were fast. I wish we could have shorted up. I think they were worried about getting playing time because we still got Waddle out there. We still got Devonta Smith coming back. So we still got some home run threats there on the outside, which is amazing. So we just get the quarterback short up, whether it's Mac Jones, whether it's Bryce Young, whether it's Tagovailoa. Horrible names. I think we'll be fine, guys. Like I said, we had one hell of a class. I don't think we have anything to be upset about. Saban was talking about we filled some major holes. I think we're in good position, guys. I think everything is good, Like I said, we got Moses coming back in the linebacker spot. We had nothing but 4 freshmen playing all year. We were having to slim down the playbook because they were true freshmen, 18-year-old kids out there playing. A lot of people are coming down on Pete Golden. This will be his trial by fire year. If we don't improve, I look for his role at Alabama to maybe diminish and to get somebody else. But I really do believe Pete Golden will be good. I think he was thrown a very bad curveball, and he dealt with it the best he could. Like I said, he was trying to use our offense as the best defense. We were struggling in the run game. We had nothing but injuries last year. It was insane. So I look for this year to be a massive improvement on defense. I look for, Freddie Roach coming on in to fill that defensive line coaching spot, and I think we're going to do really good. I think Freddie Roach is a very good young recruiter, and I think he's going to pay dividends in this offseason. So just wait. I look for us to be very good. Like I said, I think it'll be probably between us and probably Auburn for the SEC West. Now don't count out LSU just yet, but they lost a lot. They got gutted, so we'll have to see. But man, the future's bright, baby. I mean, I wish I had my sunglasses to put on because that's how bright this future is looking for us. Anyway, this has been Ty Talker Web. I want to give a shout out to the guys at Touchdown Alabama. They have a great channel. Unlike mine, more people than 5 watch it, which is awesome. But anyway, Ty Talker Web, baby. Keep it between the ditches. Yeah.